When you start a new hobby, you may get frustrated and you may feel like giving up. Or you may be just scared to start something new because it's quite overwhelming. Today, I'm going to share 2 Japanese concepts of how we master any skills and techniques. You may have seen Japanese sushi master cutting the fish so beautifully. It's really like art performance.
今仕事しててこの年になって完璧だとは思っていないからね。
And also like Japanese knife makers, swords makers, any craftsman, they can demonstrate their skills so beautifully. And also like Japanese martial arts, Japanese sports, even tennis players, pianist, violinist. You may felt something special in Japanese performance. So all across any activities, even from origami making to knife making, there is one thing which is in our DNA and we do repeatedly. That is making foundation. It sounds really basic and yes, you might say, okay, yes, we know. But in this concept, the first concept that I'm going to introduce is shuhari. Then you can understand how we can actually transcend from the basics to the mastery. So shuhari means protect, break, and transcend. This is a 3 stage of mastery, the art of mastery, which is practiced in martial arts, tea ceremony, and also for any skill acquiring. We don't specifically say, okay, I'm in this stage, I'm in the first stage or second stage or third stage, but this is philosophical concept as well and what we unconsciously follow. So the first stage, which is important, even at school, teacher tells you, and the Japanese teachers for any skill acquiring, they insist. It's a foundation, building basics, and repetitive practice, creating habit every single day. Even 5 minutes can be 1 hour, of course, but every single day we do appropriate exercise to build foundation for the long term. Even for the masters, we do basic exercise. So for example, when we start learning piano, for example, it is so boring just to practice the basic chord and fingering and building a little bit of muscle in hands. But this is so important to progress to the next stage. So for example, if we don't do that, then you try to go to the next step to play something a bit more sophisticated or more complicated. You get to the ceiling, then you cannot progress further. But if you have established really solid skills, the muscles, so muscles can be also the physical muscle, but also mind muscle, then you can go further. So it is so important to practice, and build basics. So even when I teach calligraphy, Japanese calligraphy, we start from the most basic. Always we have basic exercise. So making these basics, my student can make something more advanced. But without this exercise, it is becoming more challenges and it becomes frustrating if you cannot do. So it's also frustrating probably to do the basics all the time, but this is one of the secret in mastering any skills, even language as well, language acquiring, sports, even, for example, dance is one of the example, the basic exercise every day is very critical. Also the music as well. So if you practice every day something short period that you can invest for yourself and repetitive exercise practice, that is number 1. And to protect, to build this foundation, then the teacher say, well, you can do already. You know what's the basic. Then the next stage, the second stage is ha means break. So this is the second stage, is the experimental. So you have the basic, you can do certain basic, you have already built certain skills, techniques. And this is the time that you can add and explore your own style. So experiment a little bit. Does this work for me? Or maybe not. Or because I like to put more of my style, my personality into what I'm doing. Then this is the time that we explore with often teacher or master's guidance. It is also very challenging, and because it is going to unknown, because it's quite safe to do the basic that you can already do, but adding your own style, it is scary because you need to show yourself. So creating, especially if you're an artist, you can probably recognize that, bringing your own style, and you don't know if the people might like it or not like it. So this is exploitation, and then you find what is suited for you. Then the third stage is transcend. So transcend means like you have your basic, you have your own style. Then the third stage is really combination and combining the basic and your style, then to go further on your steps, like being a butterfly. So the first one is little caterpillar, doing the same, walking all the time. And the second stage is you are in a protection, in a little cocoon. Then you explore. Then the third stage is the butterfly. So you become butterfly. Then with your skill, you need to fly. You should use your courage to fly, but without forgetting the basics. So that's the 3 stages of mastery. So whenever you feel you get stuck or feel like giving up, going back to the basics, then try again. And second stage, and get back to the third stage and become a butterfly. Number 2, the second concept that I like to share is probably you may have heard Kaizen. Kaizen is continuous improvement. In the 1980s, Toyota's manufacturing methodologies mesmerized the world. And this concept of Kaizen, the philosophy, the manufacturing methodology, the way we work, its way of working, was introduced in the United States and also around the world. And still we use this methodology, not only in business, but Kaizen is the Japanese word, vocabulary, means the word Kai is renew, improve. Then Zen is good. So means Kaizen is to make things better. In the English, actually, this is in English, improvement or enhancement. Okay. So we review what's going on now, then we make better solutions. So this is, we repeatedly do. So for example, we assess current situation and what's working and what's not working. Then for the things that have some room to make improvement or room for enhancement, then we work on this and we make it better or we make it more beautiful. So this is continuously we do periodically. So 6 months, can be 3 months, can be a yearly, but then we review our skill sets, our techniques, even masters they do. And then we learn, we keep learning. Even my master tea ceremony, she's over 80s and she says she's still learning every day until she dies. And also for her, what I bring from the West is learning, although she's a master, and I'm still learning from her when we meet. So it's continuous improvement, but also continuous. It's the concept that even when we are so good at something, it's not the end. The mastery is the eternal. When we are on this earth, when we are alive, and when we are in physical body, we can continue to enhance our skills. Improve, enhance. When we say improve, it sounds like something what we are now is not good, but enhance is although we are good, but there's still room, always room to make it more beautiful or make it more nicer for others. So for wabi-sabi, for example, you may get confused about having both wabi-sabi and Kaizen. Wabi-sabi is to embrace something out of our power. For example, the weather now, today is very stormy. And can I make it better? No. But I can make it better how I feel about myself, of being at home all day and without mourning. Just enjoying my time at home, doing other things, making video, cleaning, etc. And if you are not happy with our own body, for example, if you feel you need to lose weight for the purpose of your health, then you can do. That's a Kaizen. So something, they assess our situation, and Kaizen is more practical and also making logical steps, make assessment, then, okay, for your skills, this part, we can maybe make it better or we can change. So we apply that. So how can I combine with Kaizen and Shuhari for mastery? So when we are in the stage of flying as a butterfly, you master everything and you have your own style, and then you are flying like a butterfly. You're very happy with the skills, and if you are playing the music, you're doing great. And so then how we can improve ourselves or enhance our skills further, then Kaizen comes. So to assess where we are and look at what we can do to make it more beautiful or more satisfying, or to bring it another level. So that's the time for assessment. So when we are flying as a butterfly with our new skills, then we bring in Kaizen concept. You can also see, okay, every month or every 6 months, every year, I assess. So that's the combination that we can keep this mastery and we can keep learning. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to know more in details about these two concepts, I will send out newsletters, so please subscribe from the link below. And feel free to comment. I love hearing your comment. Thank you very much. See you next time.